Sagittarius, you have been gripping something so tightly this week that your hands are starting to ache. And the sky is gently asking you to loosen your fingers, not because you are losing it, but because what is real will stay without you white-knuckling it into place. Venus is moving through Leo right now, and that is warming up your whole romantic sector with this bold, generous energy. You might feel like sweeping someone off their feet or making big declarations. But here is the thing. Sag, your optimism can write checks your follow-through forgets to cash. So this week, show love through small, consistent actions instead of grand gestures you might not sustain. Your fire sign energy has been running hot lately, and your body is quietly asking for some grounding this week. That restlessness you feel is not a sign you need to do more. It is your system telling you it needs contact with something steady. Before Sunday, try one walk where you leave your phone at home and just let your feet move without a destination. Saturn is forming a supportive trine to your sign right now, and that is giving you this quiet, earned authority at work. You do not need to push or prove yourself loudly this week. The people who matter are already watching. Your move is to stay steady, finish what you started, and let your consistency speak louder than any pitch or presentation. Jupiter in Cancer is expanding your desire to make your space feel like home, and that can mean money flowing out toward furniture, travel plans, or that thing you have been eyeing. But Jupiter expands everything, including overspending. This week, if something costs more than you would spend on a nice dinner out, sleep on it for 48 hours before you buy. Mercury is getting ready to turn retrograde at the end of this month, around the 30th. That means this week is your window to finish any important conversations, send the email you have been drafting in your head, and tie up loose communication threads. Do not leave things hanging that need to be said, because next week, the signal gets fuzzy. Okay, so the theme coming through strongest from your week is this question of patience, of where you are rushing when the moment is asking you to slow down. And I want to take that into your pick-a-pile reading now. I have 3 piles for you today, and each one is marked by a charm. Pile 1 is the Hourglass, that feeling of time moving whether you are ready or not. Pile 2 is the Compass, about finding your direction when you feel turned around. And Pile 3 is the Skeleton Key, the thing that unlocks what has been closed. Take a breath, and notice which one your attention keeps drifting back to. That is your pile. And if you want to hear all 3, that is fine too. Sometimes different parts of your life need different messages. Your first card is the 4 of Swords reversed, and this card upright is about rest and recovery. But flipped like this, it is telling me you have been refusing to stop. You have convinced yourself that if you pause, you will fall behind or lose momentum. But Sag, this week, that refusal to rest is actually what is slowing you down. Your mind is so tired, it is making sloppy decisions. Before the weekends, give yourself one full evening where you do absolutely nothing productive. Next, I'm pulling Temperance upright, and this is such a gentle card after that first one. Temperance is about mixing things slowly, finding the middle path, not going to extremes. The universe is showing you that patience is not passive, it is an active skill. This week, when you feel the urge to push harder or force an outcome, Temperance is asking you to add 1 drop at a time instead of pouring the whole bottle. And your final card is the Knight of Cups reversed. Upright, this knight is romantic, dreamy, bringing offers of love or creative inspiration. But reversed, this is someone whose promises do not match their actions, or it might be you, making emotional offers you are not actually ready to follow through on. This week, do not promise someone the adventure if you are not sure you will show up for the quiet Tuesday too. Let your actions catch up to your words. So Hourglass pile, your week is asking you to stop treating rest like failure and patience like weakness. The thing you want is coming, but it needs you to stop shaking the tree. Trust the timing, take care of your tired mind, and only promise what you can actually deliver this week. Your first card is the Knight of Swords upright, and this knight charges forward fast, sword raised, ready to cut through anything in his path. This is you right now, Sag. You have been moving at full speed towards something, maybe a decision, maybe a confrontation, maybe just forward because standing still feels unbearable. But this week, that speed might cause you to miss something important. Before you swing, look around. Next is the Five of Cups upright, and this one asks you to look at what you have been trying not to feel. There are 3 spilled cups in front of you. Something lost, something that did not work out the way you hoped. But there are 2 cups still standing behind you that you have not turned around to see yet. This week, let yourself feel sad about what spilled without convincing yourself you have to be over it already. Grief is not a detour, it is part of the road. And your final card is the 10 of Swords upright. I know this one looks harsh, a figure face down with 10 swords in their back. But here's what I want you to hear. This card is about an ending that has already happened. The worst part is done. You are not heading toward this, you're coming out of it. This week, stop bracing for an impact that already landed. The sun is rising in the corner of this card. Look toward it. Compass pile, your direction this week is not about charging forward. It is about slowing down long enough to process what already happened. Feel the loss. Notice what is still standing. And trust that the ending you survived is making room for what comes next. Your only job is to stop running from the feelings long enough to let them move through. Your first card is the Two of Wands reversed. Upright, this card is about standing at the edge of possibility, holding the world in your hands, planning your next big move. But reversed, you have been stuck in the planning phase for too long. You keep waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, the sign that it is safe to leap. This week, the key that unlocks your next chapter is just deciding. Pick a direction and walk, even if the map is not finished. Next is the King of Wands reversed. This king upright is bold, charismatic, a natural leader who inspires others with their vision. But reversed, there is something off with how you have been trying to lead lately. Maybe you have been pushing too hard, or maybe you have pulled back so far that your fire has gone cold. This week, ask yourself if you are leading from inspiration or from control. Real leadership this week means trusting others to carry their part. And your final card is the Four of Cups reversed. And honestly, this is a beautiful shift after those first 2. Upright. The Four of Cups shows someone so bored or withdrawn that they are missing the cup being offered to them. But reversed, you are finally looking up. Something is catching your attention again. A new interest, a person, an idea that is waking you up from that fog. This week, follow that spark. It is the key turning in the lock. Skeleton key pile. What unlocks for you this week is your own willingness to stop waiting and start moving. The perfect plan is not coming. The sign you have been waiting for is this restlessness you feel. Lead gently, trust others to meet you halfway, and follow whatever is making you feel curious again. That curiosity is your key. Sagittarius, your week is asking you to loosen your grip, slow your pace, and trust that what is meant for you does not need to be chased down. Let yourself rest, feel what you have been avoiding, and move toward whatever is sparking your curiosity again. Thank you for being here with me, and I will see you next week.